To serve great food is to create memories for your customers.
But it takes more than luck.
It takes consistency, creativity, and the drive to see things through.
And every day, the stakes are high, which means it's time to stand up
from your computer and start getting real. To own your kitchen is to own your bottom line.
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world.
And now is the time to foodify your business. Welcome back to F Your Business Podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
We are another beautiful day, sunny as can be, and we're cooking up some salmon today, right, Chris?
Salmon today. We're going to make a nice tomato avocado salsa to go on top of it. Perfect addition. Our salmon's going to look great. Restaurant supply store salmon doesn't look bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a frozen piece of salmon.
Right, but it doesn't look bad.
I would think there's probably a lot of restaurants that use this frozen salmon, holds a little longer, keep in the freezer waiting. Right. They're not as worried about shelf life and
but everything we go against though, because it's still frozen. You're still adding water to it. Doesn't cook down as good.
Right.
Where fresh, you order for what you need. You run out. There's nothing wrong with that. You get more tomorrow. Your customers would rather you run out than pull it out of the freezer for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll see the difference once we get going eating on it. But like you said, like we've seen in the past, we're losing the water weights and all that. Right, so, but I'm with you. Let's start with fresh salmon and
here we go. So here we are. We're at Altamonte's just pulling up. We're going to, we got our shopping list. We're going to head inside, do our shopping. So we'll see you inside. Here we are, Scott. Look at this nice piece of salmon right here. Fresh, never frozen. You can't beat it. All right. That frozen salmon is not going to look anything like the color's not going to be the same. It's going to shrink. This is going to cook up great.
That's good.
So that's really all we need for the salmon. But I want to make the tomato avocado salsa to go on top. Okay. They don't have that stuff here, so I'm just going to make a quick pit stop on the way and pick that up somewhere else. All right. So for the salmon, we're done here. That's it. See you in the kitchen. All right. So here we are. Ready to make the pan-seared salmon.
In the kitchen, we got a couple salmons here.
It doesn't look that good.
No.
So here is obviously the fresh salmon. This is the frozen salmon. Now, I'll tell you another thing I don't like about that. And we could show it later, too. All the portions look different.
Right.
They're not really skinny or they're really, it's like there's no thought into it.
And
one looks like a triangle.
And it looks a lot worse once it's thawed out.
Yeah.
Right.
It does. Now, maybe once you cook it, it looks great. I don't know.
We'll see.
We're going to find out, right? I'm not sure. So
I'm excited for this one because, hey, I got 2 young kids. We pull a lot of things out of the freezer, but salmon's something that I cook
I try
fresh.
to tell you not to.
I know, but I cook fresh salmon a lot, and I'm always looking for different things or ideas to add to it, so sauce or that. So I'm pretty excited to see what you got for us today on that.
Oh, we've got this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. So we're going to start over here. The avocado. Just going to squirt it down like this. Make dices out of it. Split it, dices up. And you don't want these too small.
Okay.
All right. You want it to be biteable. Do both sides of that. And I'm a salmon. I eat salmon at least once a week.
Yeah, I would say similar. It's a great dish to, like to kind of, easy to throw together, easy to throw some rice on the side, salad. Yes.
Good weeknight
marinate
dinner.
it with a couple different sauces.
Right. A great weeknight dinner. Gotta grab a spoon.
I feel like I drift toward like the Asian teriyaki style a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, just
every now and then I go with the teriyaki, but I like to do like that chimichurri I made, cilantro chimichurri. I like that on it. I just want to make sure you separate everything in there like that. Make sure you get the part.
So but I love making with avocado. That's where you had me right away. I think back to the guacamole you made at one point. I mean, that was delicious. Any avocado I'm in, on top of salmon. It's
great. Again, this is going to be great on a salmon. I made this a few times for it. I do a few different ones. I do this one. I do a pineapple chutney I'll put on top.
That sounds good.
Oh, it's basically just It's pineapple. It's a red bell pepper, and everything else I'm using, except for the tomato and avocado.
And if you have a restaurant out there, it's so many salmon can be done so many different ways. I think we want to just make sure that your mind's thinking like that of what can you do with your salmon instead of maybe just that grilled salmon with little green parsley on top you get in most places. Again, salt, pepper, you're fine. It's still going to be okay. But it doesn't take a lot to really elevate that dish to the next level. Make it just an unbelievable dish that your customers are going to want to come back for. And like we've talked in the past, salmon, different sizes, so it's super easy to do a lunch portion, a dinner portion, a kid's portion, especially when you add some great ingredients like this to really make it pop out of the plate.
Listen, the salmon's fresh. Let's give it some fresh ingredients. Yeah. Let's not, throw just something on top that doesn't really go with it. Right? I'm always, made fresh ingredients roll. But, like I said, in the restaurant, quick, easy, right? If you can make it a weeknight at home, right? How fast can you do this in a restaurant? And again, this I like to see be made at least an hour before.
Okay.
Give it time to marry together.
So the sauce, it says you're going to have all ready, the sauce, the toppings, all going to be there.
So all be on the line. And this is not the only thing you should be using it for. Use it for something else.
Yeah.
You could use this for almost anything. Put on any protein. It doesn't have to just be for the salmon. You could do a nice grilled chicken breast and add this to it. So we're going to need a cup of this. Just want to make sure we get a whole cup.
I think with some of these dishes that you made, and some of these toppings that you made, whether it was a sauce or whether it was it almost could be sometimes the star of the show. Where you could almost be like, hey, this is what it is. You can have a chicken version, you can have a salmon version, you can have a meat version, but this is the dish. The dish is Chris's.
Well, I go to one restaurant and you could get like grilled salmon, grilled chicken, get grilled shrimp. Right. And it's all the same sauces you pick from 5.
Right. So here you go. Right. You're using your tomato avocado. Right. Salsa. A bunch of different ways. It can be whatever protein they want.
Right. And that works. And I like that because a lot of times I like to eat salmon more than once a week, but I don't want the same thing on top, so I could get something different there.
And I feel like when you go to a restaurant a lot of times, that shifts me to where I want it to go. I don't necessarily know I want to eat chicken at a restaurant tonight or I want to eat salmon. I see something like this that sounds good. I'm like, wow, a tomato avocado salsa sounds really good. Right. Oh, it's over a salmon? I'll have the salmon tonight. Right. If that was over a chicken, I might have had the chicken.
And I'll tell you something else you could add to this. I'm not adding it because I don't like it. But if I'm not making it for me, I add cucumber.
Okay.
I just only cucumber.
Yeah, it's good, especially if you get I feel like as cucumber see a lot in the summertime. It's like that little somewhat refreshing.
Yeah, exactly.
The cucumber lemonade start popping out. Right. I'm with you. It's not something I would jump to order. If it's in a salsa, I'm not going to throw it away, but it's not something
It's not something you go for.
I'm going for, looking for, but I agree.
I will not. Yeah, I just don't like it. So I don't put that in. Like I said, you can add anything you want. Again, guidelines. That's all these are. These are just I'm giving you a foundation to work with, and there's no rules. Do whatever you want. I hope this gives you an idea to create something of your own. Right. Put some ingredients together that you like. That's how this came about. I put together some ingredients I like. Yeah. That's why I did it. I just want to make sure we have a whole cup. If not, it kind of does throw it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you've told it before, but it's kind of getting the seeds or the olive tomato for really a texture part of your salsa as you're not.
Oh yeah, you don't bite into the seeds.
Right.
It's just it's not good. It doesn't look good either. I mean, honestly, and I always say eat your eyes first, right?
Yeah, you always keep it a little more texture out of it.
Right.
It's not gonna.
Right. Nobody wants to bite into the seeds. I mean, that's just not good. All right. So take the garlic, chop that down, nice and small. You think I get that many slices in it, did you?
That was pretty. Yeah, even for you, that was pretty impressive on the night skills there.
So we give it a chop through here again. That was really nice and small. But again, if you're making this, make it in the morning. Have your prep guy do it first thing. Let it hang out all day, marry together. It'd really be good. I mean, personally, I would, make enough for the day. I wouldn't want to hold it over to the next day.
Got it. So the next day is when you start losing a little bit of that.
Yeah, the tomato gets a little.
Okay.
And then you know what happens to avocado.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good point a lot as we, try to just talk about what we're doing, but also make sure we're kind of the general philosophy of it is, know what ingredients you have, know what the shelf life's on them, make sure your team does, because it allows you to know how much you should be prepping based on your usage, but also that, like you said, this isn't going to be something that's great the next day. So when you're out, right? If that's you don't want to have enough that the next day that first person or second person or third person order it is going to get something that kind of sucks,
right?
Because it's sat tomatoes or whatever.
Yeah, but do me a favor. I don't want to overwork you.
Yeah, good. I appreciate it.
I need the little lemon squeezer.
Yeah, I'll even grab that so we can eat it.
Yeah. I thought I prepared, but I think you were talking to me and you got me all mixed up.
We won't blame you for not setting up your station 100% before you got going.
I know. That's the stuff I used to I used to have to sit down and talk to people about. All right, so do the jalapeno. What am I going to do with this jalapeno, Scott? You learned this.
Well, I think you're going to leave half the seeds in the one half, and you're going to de-seed the second half, right?
Exactly.
You want to keep the depending on how hot you want it.
Right. If you run it really hot, leave the whole thing. Right. But while you were back there working hard, looking for that, I seeded it.
All right. So we got half with seeds, half without.
Right. I'm going to leave it in this half.
Okay. So a little kick to the salsa, but just not a ton.
We don't want to ruin the food. Everybody in the pool.
Now, would this be some sort of salsa you could also serve as like a side with, like a chip or something like that? Or have you, maybe a little different than that? Or could use part of it like that?
You could. I mean, obviously have to make a lot more.
Right,
but yeah, you could. It'd be great with chips.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to do like a toast with this on top.
That sounds good too. So totally like maybe an appetizer or something different.
So with this, I start with a half a lemon.
Okay.
Then I go from there. And then we got the olive oil. Use good olive oil. We can always add the other half a lemon if I think we need it. And then obviously, salt and pepper. What do tomatoes love?
They love salt, right? They love that
salt.
Avocado.
Honestly, avocado really goes well with it.
So it's tequila.
I
thought that was going to be the next thing that you said. Really goes well with it.
Tequila goes well with everything.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. Where'd my son? Let's see where my spoon go. So we'll mix it around gently with this, right? We don't want to bust up the avocado.
Got it. So you're just mixing it in, getting everything together, but you're really not trying to mash it or change the texture of it.
Just want to get it all mixed in there. If a couple of avocados are stuck, I try to unstick them.
Okay.
Just nice and light. Avocados, they stick together, even though you slice them.
Well, it looks good. I mean, again, I know we see this in a lot of recipes, but how colorful and how vibrant the colors are. And
it's a work of art, really. It's delicious. All right, so we're going to have to give that a try, Scott. You might have to grab a couple spoons for it.
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to make sure that we got it where we want it before we go any further. Let's see what we got here. That's money. A touch more salt. Touch more salt. I think we're there.
Very good. Yeah, like I said, I think adding salt, you're good there. I didn't get a lot of salt in that first bite, so.
All right. I'm going to add this lime to it. I think you can use it. Could use a little more acid.
Yeah. Good. Make it a little juicier flavor to it.
Yeah, so that's it. Here we are. So we're going to let this hang out while we cook. This is going to hang out and just marry together. An hour is good, hour and a half.
Do you recommend leaving it like in a refrigerator then? Or
I put it in the
refrigerator to get
So I like it in the fridge because I like the hot salmon with the cold
Chill.
salsa on top. Yeah, I think that goes great together. I think the contrast is really, really good. So then we're going to get these guys here. So we do need another pan, Scott.
All right, let me grab that.
I know you had it.
We did have it.
All right, so we'll sprinkle these up with some salt and pepper. Always season your food. We're going to go in the pan skin side down. Always season from up high. This is one of the times you won't season both sides because they got the skin.
Okay.
So just be a little more aggressive on the one side. Oh yeah, just salt and pepper on everything like this. Any protein, really all you need when you're gonna cook it. You don't need to get any more crazy than that. All right, let's get this started over here. Guys, come on around and watch.
All right, let's check this out.
All right, get a little oil from the pan. Just a little drop, don't need much. There we go, I'm gonna let that work down a minute. These those spatulas that we have. One spatula, long one. All right, so here we go. All right, there we go. We're going to start with this one first. I'm going to start with the fresh one first. So, you want to get it in there. Listen to that. You want to press this down. Hold it down for a minute. So that skin will start to get nice and crispy. I'm afraid even to touch this one. Same thing. It's hard to touch this one. It breaks apart. And all that down. I can feel all the water in it.
You like that sizzle, right? All the water's flipping off.
It's really not good.
We're going to taste it. We're going to give it, the respect it deserves and taste it. I just don't know if it's going to be something that we really like.
Well, like I said, we do see a lot of restaurants that are using that frozen salmon because they don't have to worry about ordering part as much, and they can kind of just have it in the freezer. So I think that's something maybe we probably see more than we would like to see from a frozen standpoint on the salmon.
Yeah, and I like to base this a little bit. It's not like a steak. I still like to get a little bit on top.
Okay.
Let's get it going up there. Let's get a little bit to go through. A lot of times you do like you do with the steak, you could put the herbs in there. But because of what we're using, I'm not going to do that because of our salsa. So we'll let this go. Take it 3 to 4 minutes aside. They got the right temperature. Salmon's easy to tell. If you look in there, you can see how it cooks. It raises up. So it's really easy.
If you have a preference, you normally like cooking it on like a saute pan opposed to maybe like a flat top or like a grill?
Well, I like the pan. I like the grill. I like to roast it.
Okay, so
Go anyway with
so
it.
again, back to any equipment that restaurant has. If they have more of a grill, they're cooking burgers and steaks on, they could.
If your place knows you have is that conveyor belt oven for pizzas, you can put it through there. You can cook it anyway.
Right.
There's no like, oh, I can't cook it that way. Yeah, no, you can. Believe me, you can cook it. It's not the end of the world.
I think you just look at the color from the fresh one to that frozen one, right? You're seeing that really orange kind of salmon color staying through, whereas when we're looking on this one, it just doesn't really have that same.
Even when we first came out, you looked at it.
Yeah.
And it's full of water. Like, if I touched it and I left finger marks on it.
Right.
Because I couldn't even press it down into the pan.
Well, I know what they're usually cooking. When we start talking about histories and stuff like that, I mean, what do you think? If it's a salmon, what do you think?
Alaska.
Right. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm going to say it came from Alaska. That's my guess.
Well,
This was Scottish.
Which is what we got.
All right.
Well, but salmon, what's about 6 million years ago is tracing back salmons. And then, basically can trace back to about 200,000 years ago that people started eating salmon. Basically, that far back, right? That's far back. But, as it got into Roman empires, they actually were creating man-made lakes so they could keep the salmon that they caught in the, from rivers and that. And
that
people.
skin?
That was awesome.
That's what you want. You want that skin like that.
And that's when you go to flip it.
Yeah. Now, this one's not doing as well.
Right. Well,
Okay, let's put water.
that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Water is burning through that one.
And I keep it, and it's like curled in its back, like it
There's
was.
no way to
pain.
do
I
it.
couldn't even get this to sit right, and I tried. I pressed it. It wasn't going to sit.
No. I'll let you try the frozen one. I'll eat that one. How about that?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. When they serve this, like a lot of times, you just serve skin side up. But because I want to put the salsa, I won't.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to uncrisp it.
Right.
Right? It's nice and there's good skin there. So we want to make sure that we don't respect it.
Yeah.
But no, but that's cooking great. Coming on that, I don't know.
Yeah. Even the best chefs can only do so much when you don't have the ingredients.
At least the steak cooked nice.
Right.
Right? The frozen steak. This is just like, wow. It's really bad. Yeah. This one's cooking really nice.
Well, that's why we want to start with the best ingredients possible out there. And I think that's what we're seeing, that when you don't start with a great ingredient, that's kind of what happens. That's where you can make the best salsa in the world and you put on top of a protein that started frozen. And
It was almost there.
Chris, temperature-wise on salmon, what do you
145.
145 on. Okay. Yeah.
I got it from Mom. We could play with it. I don't really use it. I bring it with me.
Right. You know
I
what?
always bring it with me, but I never really pull it out. I like to have it just in case.
Yeah.
I think this is almost there.
It's looking like that. Look at that.
Let's see what we got here. I don't want to poke through the skin. I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, we're just about there.
Perfect.
Yeah, we got another minute. Another minute, we'll be taking it off. I like to try to get this side. And that side came up right, but I could just get a little sear on that skin in the middle.
Yeah, I think you can play around with that all day. I don't think it's going to look pretty when you're done.
You're not going to.
But you're making an effort on it. You're definitely
I'm not
trying.
going to give up. Get that down. I think we're just about done here. I don't want to poke it. So we want to go. Let's go over here. And there we go. So we'll take this one now. We're going to do that one in a minute.
Wow, look at that. That is a great looking piece of salmon.
That's a nice piece of salmon right there. All right, let's might as well take this guy out because I did all I could for him.
You did. You did your best.
Did all I could for him. All right, so kind of want to bring it right down the center here, like this. This is how you want it to go out. Same thing. I mean, this is not going to hold much.
No.
And then is what I would do is I could take some of the oil.
Yeah, I think somebody's that little extra plate presentation. Again, however they want to do it, however you want to do it is fine. It just gives a little more color to it. But I mean, look at that.
That's how I would like it to go out. Yeah, I don't want to cheapen.
Yeah, make sure you pretty that plate up
I
too.
don't want to chip them.
There's a lot more room on this plate.
We got to fill it in.
Fill it up.
Got to fill it in. But there you go. All right, so we don't have any choice but to try them. Unfortunately, that's our job. When I negotiate my new contract, I'm putting in there. I'm happy to cook and try the food that we cook, but the food that we bring in, we're not trying.
You're done with this.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna go here first.
We'll taste this one. Why not? Oh, it's not really like flaky. It's kind of
Actually, I want to have something with it to cover it up.
No.
It's mushy.
Terrible.
Mushy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you put on top of that. That's going to be a crappy piece of salmon.
I think get a little sear on top, though, so you can get that little crunch.
You tried. You did your best.
Just mushy.
Can we finally get to this one? Can we try this one out now?
Let's go.
Get a little topping with it.
You want everything with it, yeah.
Oh, man. I hate to give Chris a big head, but the salmon is cooked perfectly. And again, he knows that already, but that salmon is perfectly
I knew
cooked.
before I put the thermometer in it.
Yeah, there's really not. I
like a little medium inside. I like it.
Yeah, you're getting great color on it.
Yeah.
It matches perfectly to the salsa.
Listen, this is just too easy. Too easy. I need a challenge.
Right. And that's not going to be the one.
That's not a challenge. It's just too easy. The salsa's great.
Yeah, as we're tasting on that, it would be awesome with, say, like some chips or something like that. I think it definitely could be an appetizer, small plate or something like that.
Right.
It goes with, that would go great on chicken. It would go great on anything.
Hey, look, it's on this fish. It's delicious. Imagine putting that over chicken.
Well, I think, too, is, you could have different fresh fish specials. One day it could be a mahi, one day it could be a tilapia, and it could be the salmon. It doesn't matter. It can be all those things.
I don't want a burger.
Well, yeah, it could be right. Put maybe a couple little tortilla chips on the burger, those little sliced in ones. So I think that there's so many different things you can do with it.
Yeah,
easy, fresh ingredients. It looks awesome. Again, we always talk about, but you're walking that plate to the dining room, it's going to turn heads. Right. Oh, what's that? What is that?
Absolutely. When that's coming out with that salsa on it, with them colors, people are just going to be like.
And it could be your fresh fish special today. You don't even have to add it to your menu right now. Just try it. If it's not on your menu right now, just add that as your featured special. It's super easy.
If you want to complete the dish, right in the center, you could do a mashed potato. You could do a sweet mashed potato, a polenta, right there. Yeah. Would you pick one? Put it there. You could do a cauliflower puree. Yeah. Anything. Right in the middle, right? That dish is just going to sit on and give it a little more height, and then you do your drizzle. With that salsa on top, man, $25 dish.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've seen, so you look at some of the restaurants, some of the chain restaurants have kind of done that. Right. And that's where sometimes, they're doing it their way, but they're putting a mound of, like a flat mound of rice. Right. Or a flat mound of mash, like you're talking about, and they're raising that piece of fish up. Right. They're raising that chicken up. So I think that, a lot of the times those higher end chain restaurants are just copying the bigger chefs. They're saying, we can do that. And they're adding height to their dish.
Right. Everyone should do it. Yeah, the higher end, they do it. You do it.
Right. It's not a secret. It's not hard. It's not a secret. It's not.
We all learn from somewhere. Yeah. I learned all this from somewhere. I learned how to put these combinations together from being in the business. And a lot of it is what I like. And I make a few things I don't like, but I know people like it. Yeah. And they said, have you tried this? And I make it, and I ask, they try it, and they love it. That's what you need to do. You need to experiment.
No, this is awesome. I think it's an easy add-on. It's something to get on there. It could be a special. I said it's great. It was awesome. I hope you guys try it out. I hope you check it out. Check out the recipes on our website.
We will tell you. Yeah, please go to fyourbusinessmovement.com. You get all our recipes there. You can also see all the coaching we do, on-site visits we do, everything we do. We travel around the country in the restaurants helping. Yeah. Helping where it's needed, making people profitable. We can go walk in any restaurant today, anywhere in the country, and find you 5%. Stick it right to your bottom line. We've done it. We've been challenged, and we went and we did it.
Yeah,
You know, you're like, oh, you can't. My restaurant's great. I'm sure it is.
Sure, absolutely.
But you're so busy, you're missing little things. I know that for a fact, and we can find them for you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's part of what we do. But go to fyourbusinessmovement.com. Check us out. Again, email us. Let us know if there's anything you want to see us do.
Yeah.
You know, fall's rolling in. What kind of stuff are you going to do for the fall?
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, hey, we're having fun with it. Hope you're having fun watching it.
Yeah.
Check us out. Look us out on social media. And yeah, we're looking forward to hearing from you. And have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next week.
Next week, add profitable food to your menu today.